If you've seen me do any of these Mosarle puzzles on the channel and thought you might want to try one, this is the one you want to start with. I'm going to tell you all about it today on Darth Rage Reviews.
Rage Reviews, your source for the Force? Nah, for the Republic!
Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to another episode of Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force. We're back at it with a model build. I keep calling these puzzles, they're models. With a model build from my good friends over at Mosarle. Mosarle, you can find them online. I've got a link to their website as well as a link to this exact model in the description of this. So this is the Mosarle Nebula Astronaut. This thing is super cool. Comes with so you can get two different versions of it. They've got one version that is just the astronaut itself, and then one that comes with the display case. I think they're $54.69, so it's not much of a price difference, but what a cool looking little model. And like I said in the intro, if you've seen me do some of these and you thought maybe you want to give one of these a shot, this is the one you want to start with, simply because it is easier, I think, than any of the other ones I've done. This one only took me about an hour and a half to make. It's really cool. You know, it just made up of little nuts, bolts, those kind of things they put together to make this really cool looking astronaut. It's a fun set to do. They give you all the pieces and parts that you're going to need to build it. It all come in the set. Really easy to understand. So you've got an instruction manual that'll walk you through everything. It comes with a set of needle nose pliers, a very nice little magnetic, teeny weeny screwdriver. And then you've got all the bags, the parts all come labeled in kits like this. So really easy to put together. The difficulty really comes in how small these pieces are. It's very tiny pieces, and when you've got big honking hands like I do, it could get a little bit difficult to put it all together. But why don't we take a little look at kind of some of the build process of this Mosarle Nebula Astronaut, just so you can kind of get an idea of what goes into building this. So let's take a look. Every Mosarle model comes with an incredible book of instructions, really easy to follow. The back of the book's going to have a list of all of the pieces in the model, and then each step is easy to follow. It's a pictograph. It'll show you all the pieces that you need for it. It's really simple to follow along and put together. The real only difficulty comes in how tiny these pieces are. So you get the screwdriver and pliers that you're going to need for it, but really tiny pieces. If you got big hands like me, it could be a little bit difficult. But ultimately, just stick with it. Follow along with the pictures. Pay close attention. Make sure you're getting all these pieces tight. And honestly, you're just going to have a blast building one of these. It's a fun model to do. You won't be disappointed. All right, we're back. You kind of see what the process is like. The steps are really easy to understand. It's all pictographs. It'll tell you exactly which parts you need before you start the step. And like I said, this whole build took about an hour and a half. As a matter of fact, I've documented the entire build, and I've got the build playlist linked in the description. So if you want to see me actually building this thing, by all means, give it a shot. I think that you'll see that it's something that anybody can do. But let's take another close look at this thing, because that is beautiful. I just love the fact that they take, common little nuts, bolts, things like that, and they turn it into a literal piece of art that you can display on your desk. And they're all lit up or have movement of some type. No, actually movement's a throker. All these are lit up. But they're some of the coolest models that I've ever seen. Props to the people that design these, because I don't know how they take just what are nuts, bolts, little things like that, and turn it into something that is so beautiful. It's a piece of art. So let's go ahead and come back in just a second. I'll give you my final thoughts on all of this put together. Just, is it something that you think you want to get? I'm going to give you my 5-star rating when we come back. this was by far the most simple of the puzzles that I built, which is why I really think it's a great starter puzzle if somebody's wanting to get into these and see if it's something that you like. I like to refer to them as Legos for adults. It's very similar to Legos in the build process. You're just using nuts and bolts instead of little plastic pieces. So what do I give this thing on a score of 1 to 5, which is my standard scoring system? So this one's going to come in at a solid 4, 4.5. It's somewhere between 4, 4.5. It's ranked high and not quite as high just because it's so simple. So I think it'll be a great beginner beginner model for somebody to get started into one of these. I think that you'll really enjoy the build. There's not a whole lot of difficulty to it. So maybe, that's why it's not quite up above a 4.5, but absolutely 4.5 out of 5. You want a really cool display piece you can put on your desk. Look, if you work for NASA, you need to have one of these. So I don't know if any of my viewers work for NASA, but if you do, come on. So 4.5 out of 5 for this, the Mosarle Nebula Astronaut. Check them out. There's a link in the description to their website. You can see all the models that they have, as well as a link to this exact model, the Nebula Astronaut. Give it a shot. I guarantee you are going to enjoy building one of these things. They're so much fun. A little bit of difficulty, but you will be so satisfied when you get it done. So take a look online, mosarle.com. Hit the link for this exact model and check them out. You will not be disappointed. The Mosarle Nebula Astronaut. It's a 4.5 out of 5 on my 5-point scale. You will not be disappointed. If you've wanted to start one of these builds, this is the model that you want to start with. All right, y'all. I thank you, as always, for being here. I am Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.